What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilgrim. I'm coming back today with another Danchro video, and we have got to talk about the return of the Uncharted Battlefield. Now, there's a couple really important things to discuss when it comes to this, because I made an early mistake with a misunderstanding of how this worked. If you actually go here to the notice and go to updated contents, and we go to not recommended missions, we go to Uncharted Battlefield. It says Uncharted Battlefield is a solo event where dungeons are cleared using auto battle function. It's only auto battle, you cannot manipulate it. Battlefield consists of multiple layers, there's 10 in total. Each with an initial clear, you can obtain rewards such as sealess and upgraded materials. You can set a maximum of 3 units. Notice it says a maximum, we'll talk about that here in a minute. And 3 adventurers that will enter the dungeon simultaneously. Basically, all 3 run side by side. Additionally, units, characters, scene cards, and battle items that have cleared the layer will be sealed. Once sealed, you won't be able to set sealed cards to the other conquered layers. So, here's the deal. If you... And actually, to go back here and extrapolate... When I initially read this, obviously, like it says, units are then sealed. But if we go down here a little bit further, it says, by clearing the conquered layers again with different unit arrangement, you can replace sealed cards with new ones. I misunderstood what that meant. I had thought that meant, like, after you, kind of like Undertale Skira over on Danmemo, where after you beat 1, you go and beat 2, then the units from 1 are unlocked, and then we can use them in 3, so on and so forth. That's actually not how that works. So, the frankly stacked team that I used for fight number 1 is now sealed, but I may be able to unseal this if I go into take it on again. Okay, select battle number 1 again. I can actually change my team up. So I had a team I used on this initially, and if I don't want to use that team, if I want to unlock those 3 units that I used before, I can go in here and set some 2 stars or maybe even some 3 stars that could do this. So let's go ahead and set. Let's see if just 3-star Tiona can handle this by herself. I'm gonna give her. Man, I don't have an upgraded assist at all in the 3 stars. I'm gonna give her Miach and see what she does. And I'm just going to go ahead and remove Belle altogether. Just see how 1 unit does in this battle. Now, let's see. We could probably give her some scene cards. You see we have a ton of scene cards that are locked up. We'll change that. I don't know that this is going to change much, but it's better than nothing. I'm just going to give her random scene cards and not really overthink it too much. There we go. And battle item, I can give her, let's see. There. Looks good. Let's see, what does this battle item do? So, when using the battle item, attack multiplier 100% front-facing AOT. Okay, yeah. So, easy peasy. Let's set off and see if 1 unit can handle this. And if it can, if just Tiona alone can do this, then that's going to unlock those 3 URs that I utilized before, should in theory. And I don't know if she actually can, I'll be honest here. I am truly thinking I probably need to run like 2, maybe 3, and probably if I can muster some 2 stars, that might be better. She does seem to be handling a pretty decent job, though. She's taking some damage, but all in all, I'm pretty impressed. Let's see how she do. So she's got 30 seconds to clear the rest of these units. You know, aside from taking some damage, she's doing a pretty decent job. But I'm willing to bet she most likely is going to need some assistance. Let's see, though. She's actually, health-wise, handling it herself. I am worried about the time, though. The time is a definite factor. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unless she really pulls out something here in a minute. No. Okay. So here's what we can do. We can go to setup. And we'll give her somebody to run this with. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Eyes. I know she's level 60. That is what it is. But, and I'll give Eyes Take. And let's go ahead and give her, let's see. I'll give her that item and just a bunch of random scene cards again. I'm not really certain what these scene cards do. I'm not going to research it too much. Obviously, my goal is simply to beat this, not necessarily precision. I'm not really certain necessarily what these are going to do. We're just going to give it a quick shot. More or less consider this like a proof of concept. I would say if two SSRs can handle this, then 3 SRs can easily handle it. And that's going to leave you more units open up for later. And in fact, because I already used URs on this, this should unlock those URs so that I'd be able to utilize them again later on in some later fights. Okay? Looking good so far. Teamwork makes the dream work. Since it is a timed event, we do need to be very mindful of that time factor. So let's see how our... There we go. Get him. Get him. Bam. Nice. Okay. Would recommend running off without Tiona, but, you know, once again, they seem to be handling their business pretty well. Especially considering their assists are like level 1, so. And you did notice there at the beginning, yes, I'm very, very, very low on Valis. That's why I haven't upgraded any 2-star units yet. I've got to do some Valis farming like crazy. I was working yesterday on getting the very hard mission for the 600 C-list done, and so all of my Valis went into those upgrades, and because of that, I just didn't have any left over for today, so, you know, that be what it be. Alright, Eyes, girl, I'm gonna need you to chill because you are about to kick it. Not in a good way. There you go. She is done. Tiona might have some problems now. I don't know if she can handle this solo, but we'll see. She's a good unit. The problem is you got things like that, especially when, you know, she's taking all this upfront damage. Where's Miach? Come on, boy. There we go. And the biggest issue is because it is auto battle, you're really just hoping that the auto battle system kind of does the intelligent stuff and not the dumb. Which might be asking a bit much right at the moment. Yep. Yeah, nope, this isn't going to happen. So I'm going to have to do some unit upgrades is the honest answer. But once I defeat this, then we should have the URs that I utilized in this initially unlocked. So you can, in theory, I will emphasize in theory, use your URs, but then go and re-unlock them by beating this quest with some other units. So when it comes to like the mistake I made early on, it is not irreparable. You can fix it. It's just if you're low on resources like me, it might take a bit of time. But make sure you guys are doing this intelligently. Now, when it comes to fights 5 through 9, there are specific elements, like I said before. 5 is blue, 6 is purple, 7 is green, 8 is yellow, and 9 is red. You will want to make sure that you have as many of those units on your team as possible. This might be that moment where you want to mix and match between URs and SSRs. Just make sure you keep your 3 strongest URs for that final fight. Definitely worth it. If you want to really strategize this, if you want to plan ahead we kind of already know what's coming up. So if you, like, on stage 1 bring your strongest team, that will lock them down so you can't use them again. Then beat level 1 again with a weaker team, unlock those units, then you can take them into stage 10. It's just a way you can prevent yourself from utilizing units when you don't necessarily want to. So it's a good way to kind of revitalize your strategies there and make sure those units are locked down for later use. Plus, it kind of fast tracks those early missions, which probably get fast tracked anyway. But do bear in mind that if you do not unlock those units, you will not be able to use them in Battle 10. So you've got to focus on unlocking. And if you're like me, really low on Valis, that might be easier said than done. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me, guys. We will talk about this a little bit later, but that's pretty much everything you need to know about this Uncharted Battlefield mission that's ahead of us. Like, comment, share. I'll be back with more Danmachi coming up here real soon.